Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime friend. They might have been with us close to 4 years by now. 3 for sure, closer to 4, I would bet. And this channel has changed their name many times before. You can see their handle says Handle DAW. They're known as Danforth Avenue Wellness, another fellow Canadian as a matter of fact. And they've recently changed their channel name, Amplify Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry. And you'll see that they do that frequently. They are known to bring us some fun moments, and I'm almost laughing in the background here getting ready to come on the screen because I see a thumbnail here, and I think Pete will laugh at this as well, but Pigeon Air Force in the Toronto Underground, and you can see we've got a fine feathered friend there in the TTC, which we know as public transit in the Toronto area. So that's a fun looking video. Now Amplify Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry has got quite a bit going on here, and I can see I'm quite far behind. So I'm going to grab one of their latest videos, but I'll take the 3-minute one here. It's perfect to connect with. We're always looking for 3-minute videos. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing, and that will help me to get caught up with them a little bit. They're well over 1,100 subscribers now, actually halfway on the road to 1,200. And whenever a channel crosses a 100 milestone, we say you're officially on the road to the next. So they're now halfway on the road to 1,200, which is great to see. Shorts on this channel as well bring pure variety, and these have gotten into 15,000, 17,000, even 29,000 views, which is great. I haven't seen these in a while, so it's good to be able to have a look at them. And then live streams happen occasionally as well. It looks like they've been doing quite a few of these. Pardon me, and they did say that they got into some live concerts, as a matter of fact. So summer in the Toronto area is concert season, it seems. There's concerts happening all the time. But like I said, Danforth Avenue Wellness, we know them as Amplify Cake No Eat Meat Day with Cherry. They are a longtime friend, so I hope everybody will connect with them. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I'm going to spin the wheel quickly. I've only got a couple names on there right now. We'll get to our next channel. I put Danforth Avenue Wellness up quick because they were almost first in the door, actually, along with Scratch and PPA. And look at this. This is an opposite. In the last stream, Scratch and PPA was literally picked last on the wheel, and today is being picked first. So we never know how long it's going to take to get picked from the Wheel of Doom, but we're going to have a look at one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now 7 years. So we'll talk about his content in a second. I'm going to get a few more names onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. You do not have to be a member or drop super chats and things like that to get onto the wheel or the screen. It can take a very long wait time, but we expect to be here for 3 hours. So there's lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and as always, we'll get to as many as we possibly can. But I see a lot of familiar faces in the house. So first of all, Shades of Grey, Jeremy D-Day, and Reese Blissful Connections are all on the wheel. I know Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is here. Entertainment and More by DJs in the house. Yellow Shirt Dad and King Morgan are both longtime friends. Riverfront Bates is here for the first time. Little Lego was hanging out in the background there. And then Life with Tanisha RN. It's always good to see you. Ashley has been here just about every day lately. I know not everybody can be, so I certainly appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then Hilda DC, beloved and dedicated moderator, is going to get added to the wheel right now. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. She's another friend of 4 years. And Michael's Adventures can't be with us today due to a work schedule, but he always sends his regards on the days he has to miss. We will likely see him again on the weekend. We're going to try to fit in one more stream, although I'm unsure of day and time right now. We'll aim for Wednesday, do it Thursday if we have to. But that will be one more stream before we get around to Saturday, where we're going to drop the third interview in our series now that is out as interview podcast videos on the Superchat channel. All of the creators featured have long passed 10,000 subscribers, and we'll drop that as a premiere in lieu of a live stream, so it'll give everybody almost a couple of hours to connect the way we always do, while we get informative content from some of our long-time friends. Now, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. I see Anne Marie is here. And Mommy Unlocked is back in the house, so it's good to have you back. And when we talk about Scratch and PPA, we'll look at his content and talk about it in a second here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And from the UK, Oriane is in the house. We know her as Rock Chick Beauty. You see that in the chat. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm is in the house as well. So thank you for being here. Now, Scratch and PPA's channel is up on the screen. This is one of the most supportive creators I've met in my 7 years on YouTube. Superchat as a channel has been here for 4 of those years and a little bit longer, and Scratch and PPA has been with us since pretty much the very beginning, and if you can imagine, has been here for over 700 streams, I believe now, literally for hours at a time. Anybody that has already met him will agree that he is one of their most supportive creators as well. He literally seems to be everywhere all the time. He brings a unique twist to lottery ticket scratching. In his content, it's known as the Scratch Challenge series of videos, and every week on Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, he gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video, where he pits 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other. And if you follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, you get a chance to vote on which ticket is going to be featured in next week's video. Now, he has always had presentation on the forefront of his mind, so his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in the thumbnails that you see here, as well as hints about the giveaways that happen within his video series and have for the last 3.5 years. As well, his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 3.5 years ago. Now, every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, Scratch and PPA drops these videos as premieres, and if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. But because Scratch and PPA also happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator here, all of the moderators on this channel are longtime friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your channel the same way we do here in Superchat. So hopefully you'll catch him for tomorrow's premiere. I've set my notification there. And then a lot of people will be excited to know that Scratch and PPA expanded the content on his channel this year when he took a trip to Italy and gave us some vlogging style shorts, which are pretty unique. And he showed us around all the different areas he visited while he was in Italy. And then of course he has got Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen as shorts as well. And then his very first live stream came out of that trip to Italy, and I know a lot of people will be excited to know that that's happened, and hopefully catch him for another live stream if he's going to bring us another one, and we're expecting that he will. So Andy's Journeys is dropping a super chat, so thank you for that. He's done that countless times before from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, so we're going to look at Andy's Journeys and Cooking and Vibin' with T, who is also dropping a super chat right now, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. After a long period of time, I will add names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and I have a robot in the background that helps me keep track of that. KK's Travel and Education Educational Vlogs is here. Sweet Acres Koi Farm is still in the house. It's the Bankroll is here to help us with our finances. And then Yellow Shirt Dad, I think I said hello from, and Marie's from the UK as well, so she's joining Rock Chick Beauty. And then the Adventures of Traveling Mike, it's good to see you here as well. Now hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I'm going to get Andy's Journeys channel ready to go right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Andy's Journeys has been putting out all kinds of videos lately. Oh, I think Andy's Journeys just had a message deleted by accident there. I know Hilda DC, one of our moderators, is cooking in the background right now. Might even be filming a video. But accidentally hit a button there. I'm sure I've done it many times before. But Andy's Journeys is a long time friend. They've been with us at least 3 years, I believe. So I'm sure they've been through just about all of it when it comes to chats and getting messages deleted and everything. I promise you, I've been timed out and banned on as many channels as anybody. So Andy's Journeys is really climbing fast and getting close to 10,000 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to the 9,900 they're thinking about today. They've been posting a lot of videos lately, like really frequently. As you can see, 3 of them just in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to take the second latest one, just because it's got a few more watch minutes than the latest 3-minute one, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Now, what Andy's Journeys lets us know is that he's going to take us around to different touristy type places or other hidden locations to let us know the kind of things we might find when we visit different areas. It doesn't have to be right around his area of Chattanooga. But when we look at his shorts videos, we see more in line, complementary to his long form content, getting into 10,000 views on a couple of these, which is great to see. I think one of them's fairly new as well. And then live streams are an idea for the future. He's likely experimented with those in the past. But as you can see, Andy's Journeys is a over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. As a matter of fact, he took over our stream boss position there, and that's that video game life meter under my camera. Every Super Chatter membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure, and Andy's Journeys has held that position many times before. Rock Chick Beauty's just dropping a super chat as well, so thank you for that. Thank you, Andy's Journeys. Thank you, Cooking and Vibing with T, who we're going to look at next. We'll get to Rock Chick Beauty after that. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And there we go, Andy's Journeys letting us know he's got a bit of a schedule. So trying to do a short every day, which is great for activity on the channel for sure. And then posting long form content once a week on Mondays. Lots of creators will follow a schedule, and the biggest YouTubers that talk about the things we talk about here will often say consistency is key. If you can pick a day and time that you can be consistent, that's how you're going to get your channel to really grow. And then we could do more research into the best day and time to post. I have opinions about that, but the truth is it really comes down to every single channel. And once you've got an abundant amount of traffic coming through, you can look into your analytics and it will clearly show you exactly when your audience is available for you. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, good to see you in the house. Fairbrick Studios here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. They happen to be a member, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Sarah's Happy Hives is in the house, so thank you for being here, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Purple Tube is also a member. She's another friend of about 4 years as well, actually, and we're going to see what she's got going on. Lots of variety, lots of outdoor content from her. And up on the screen right now is Cooking and Vibing with T. So another long time friend. They might have been with us at least 3 years if I remember right. And hopefully everybody takes inspiration from the idea that I actually lose track of how long some of these friendships have gone on. What I wish for everybody to take from that is just the inspiration in knowing that there are generous, loyal and dedicated supporters out there waiting to meet you so that they can support your channel literally years into the future. That goes for everyone. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. When we look at Cooking and Vibing with Tea, I see they've got a few new videos this month. I'm just going to grab the latest one. So that looks like pizza on the front of the thumbnail there, but then they've got Philly cheesesteaks here. Oh, they got delicious looking content on their channel and have for a long time. Even for summer, a lot of this stuff looks refreshing. My goodness. I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about to keep caught up with creators. Shorts are going to bring more bite-size information or entertainment in line with their long-form content, and we see that some of these have done really well also, getting into 6,000, 9,000, and even 10,000 views and beyond. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cooking and Vibing with Tea. They are working on 2,900 subscribers. We would love to get them a little bit closer, and I'm sure we can today. So thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Thank you, Andy's Journeys, one more time, and Rock Chick Beauty's coming up for the same reason. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Rock Chick Beauty's up on the screen right now. This is Oriane from the UK. She also dropped a super chat along with Cooking and Vibing with Tea and Andy's Journeys. They have all done that kind of thing many times before, so I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Always appreciated either way. And then Rock Chick Beauty is going to talk to us about all things alternative. Specifically, they started with beauty, and as a matter of fact, they've been a friend of about 4 years as well. About 3.5 years ago, though, they reset and restarted their channel after about 6 months of experience. And the idea there is, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around, if only we could know now what we, or have known back then what we know now, and that kind of thing. And as you can see, Rock Chick Beauty's got a very professional look to her channel. So every thumbnail, every video gets its own thumbnail of a different style, but the bright, bold headshots will make this creator recognizable, and that will pay off in the long term when we think about ideas like branding. And now her channel is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She started with beauty and talks about all things alternative, but she expanded into unboxing videos, product reviews, and now sponsored videos as well. So I've got her latest video from yesterday. I've put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. And I look at the shorts on the channel. These bring more variety, but they've gotten into 2,200 views, 2,900, which is great to see, and then live streams on this channel as well. She's usually live about once a month. And hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. I always put notifications on for everything we see, including the notification bell on for every channel. That gives us the best chance to catch each other as often as possible. But Rock Chick Beauty will be expecting another live stream from very soon, because it already says the latest one was a month ago. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Like I said, coming in from the UK. And let's think about spinning the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. Before we get to the next channel, we'll go on a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our interview podcast video series that's now available on the Tuber Chat channel. I meant to have the third video ready to go, published as a premiere by now, but I have fallen behind. It will be ready and published on Saturday, 100% for sure, as a premiere. I'm just not sure how far in advance I can get it. I've got it just about edited. I just got to make sure there's no mistakes and put the titles into it and things like that. But you'll see what I mean when you get to the other interviews. Now, all of these conversations that I've had in an interview style in this video series have gone on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators featured have been longtime friends of Tuber Chat, at least of 3 years or longer, and all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know,
Mhm.
so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime,
Okay.
but we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap, whatever it is.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, and you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Mod 6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely
improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Shades of Grey. I spun the wheel right before we went on that break there. I hope everybody's enjoying those clips from the interview series that we've got as videos now. I keep calling it a podcast because it's in a similar format. But the third episode featuring Unstable TV, who we know and love from Ireland, have now moved to Australia. They will be our third guests, and then Edna's World will come up in the first Saturday of September. So we'll get that posted as those posted as premieres as quickly as we can. Shades of Grey is up right now. Right before we talk about this channel, I know we're talking in the chat about finding channels. Once in a while, it can be really tough to find a channel that is either brand new or has a very short or popular name. So like for instance, Ashley, she's got a couple of emojis in the name there. The channel's at about 45 subscribers right now, if I'm not mistaken. And I find that most channels struggle with their search results up to their first 100 subscribers. Most channels here in the Superchat family get to #1 around the world in the search results by the time they get to 800 subscribers. This is what I found over the last several years. But once in a while, we find a channel that's either got a really popular name or really short, or if it's both, they can be really, really tough to find. So we don't do a lot of links here. We don't do a lot of dropping handles, but we do if we absolutely must. We don't want anybody connecting to the wrong channels and things like that. But the thing is, when we search, find, and click on each other's channel names, we will help each other rise up the search results, and then YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when people are looking for our particular channels after dozens or hundreds of people start searching, finding, and clicking on your channel name. So this is the reason why, or the biggest reason why we put so much focus on that. The channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most, of course. If you absolutely can't find a channel, then you can ask in the chat, and our moderators will not rush for that, but if they can get around to getting something, let us know. And then, if we can get around to getting to a link or a handle, they will. And then as well, I can try to do it while I've got the channel on the screen when they come up. We'll get to as many as we can in the next 2.5 hours. And Shades of Grey is up on the screen right now. There's another channel that's been giving us an abundant amount of help lately. They actually support all of my channels. They're at 47 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 50 that they're thinking about. And Ashley, did Ashley just change the name to take the emojis out? I never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I never want to suggest anybody's name. To be honest with you, when you're naming your channel, when you're making your avatar, when you're making your banner logos and things like that, it's nobody's business. You shouldn't listen to, in my opinion, shouldn't listen to anybody about what your channel's name is or how the look of it or the branding of it or anything else. It's really none of anybody's business. It's very similar to having a child, right? You don't take a poll from everybody and ask them what they think your child's name should be. You just name your child, and their child's name starts to have meaning as time goes on and as the child grows, for instance. Now, maybe not a great analogy, but I'm sure you get what I mean. There are a lot of people here in the chat that are going to have channel names that we never would have suspected or thought about, but they do just fine. Lots of our friends are into thousands of subscribers now. Butler Family Farm is going to be live tonight about an hour after Tuber Chat. I've got them on the wheel along with the rest of our members. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Jevin Richardson, good to see you here. And when we look at Shades of Grey, we see, like I said, an incredibly supportive creator, and they have been ever since finding the Tuber Chat family. I feel like it's been 6 months by now, but I could be wrong about that. It may not quite have been that long, but they want to inspire us in a spiritual way. You'll get that idea when you get to their About page. I'm going to take their latest video from last week and put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. Shorts on this channel have gotten a good start, and these will start to move as soon as they post a few more. And then live streams on the channel, they've experimented up to a few weeks ago as well. So hopefully that will continue. We've got notification bells on for every single single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And Jevin Richardson just got back from a vacation or a trip, which is really, really cool. I haven't been to St. Martin ever. Let's spin, and Canadian Family Life's going to come up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Precious Gems is in the house. I'm just getting them onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. I feel like I'm missing a channel in the chat, but hopefully not. So Canadian Family Life comes to us from New Brunswick. And actually, you'll find her husband. Here's Chris's Creation Fun in this thumbnail here, these couple of thumbnails. We'll look at his channel in a quick second. The biggest complaint that I get on YouTube and have for the last 7 years, which I agree with, is why is it so difficult for us to get our in real life friends and family members to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it easily? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we do find in real life friends and family members supporting each other wholeheartedly on YouTube and other platforms. In this case, it's a husband and wife combo with separate channels. So when we look at Canadian Family Life, we see a homesteading type of channel bringing us indoor and outdoor content. Canadian Family Life is known for bringing an impeccable container garden, which is featured in their latest video, and then as well they do a lot of grocery hauls, cooking videos, Happy Meal videos, unboxings, product reviews, a lot of shout outs for other creators, and then as well they get into some live streams. Tiffany's been featured on many other channels and StreamYard panels and things like that as well. Bobby Chicago Scratcher, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And when we look at Canadian Family Life, like I said, we see that Tiffany has been in lots of other StreamYard panels. I even just saw her the other day. I can't remember for the life of me whose stream it was in. She brings live streams about once a month. Lately, I think it's actually been closer to once every 2 weeks, so she might be due for one very soon. But we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other. And she's got some shorts over here as well. Now, these have gotten into 2,500 views, 2,800, one of them over 5,500 views, which is great to see, and it's pure variety over there. So also from New Brunswick, of course, is a channel inspired by Canadian Family Life, and this is Chris's Creation Fun. So this is Tiffany's husband. He brings out content occasionally, but he's already started with shorts as well. Now, he started with 3D printing and got into some do-it-yourself videos, working on grow lights for the container garden, fixing the 3D printer, getting into some solar equipment, which I have a lot to learn about, and then shorts on the channel. One of these has already got into hundreds of views, so hopefully he'll start posting more and more. He's got that 100 locked in at 105 subscribers now. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Chris's Creation Fun. Both him and his wife, both fellow Canadians, but they're both loyal and dedicated supporters as well. Bonnie's Corner, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And Brun Free is here. They're in Australia also, so thank you for being here. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time whenever we stream. We're usually here 3 times a week-ish. And we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. But we've been doing them as pop-ups lately as well. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts just dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away as soon as that happens. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel, and after a long period of time, I'll add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I'll probably do another add a name to the wheel in about 20 minutes. So Pat Masters, fairly new as well. They've been here for 1 or 2 streams already, and they're dropping a super chat also. We'll look at their channel next, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Hopefully I'm not missing anything anybody's meant for me to see in the chat as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is another interesting channel. I see them out supporting others regularly. They've got a couple of new videos here, and the latest one is perfect to connect with. It's just over 3 minutes long, almost 4 minutes. I'm just going to grab this. This is a Flashback Friday video, and a lot of yarn on the channel, of course. I'm just going to put this video into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. They've got some fun on their banner right there, and a little bit of variety, information on their about page as well, so we know what to expect. Shorts on this channel have already gotten into 10,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then when we dig through the thumbnails on the videos, we're going to get an idea of some of the different types of crafting and fiber arts that they're bringing to us on their channel. Like I said, I see Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts out supporting other people all the time. I feel like I run into them constantly lately when I'm out trying to do the same thing, bouncing in between premieres and live streams. So thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And then Orange Cone Vlog is doing the same thing, so we're going to look at their channel right away. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Forgive me, we'll get Orange Cone Vlog on in a second here again. Pat Masters coming up right now. So they are a new channel for Superchat, and I'm just going to put their handle in the chat. It literally is Pat Masters, so everybody can get to them fairly easily by typing that in. But when we look at this channel, now this is one I'm still getting to know, of course. They've just got the one video here. Usually we're looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. And it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way to connect. We just keep doing the same thing we've been doing for 4 years now because we know it always works. But when you find a channel like this that doesn't have videos over 3 minutes long, first of all, I would check the live streams. They've got one here over an hour. That's plenty of time, even if you just hit that and let that run for a while. Or I would suggest taking another video or two, some of these shorts, putting them into your watch later list and letting those run at some point. That shows YouTube that you cared so much that you went back for seconds and thirds in the content on the channel. So like I said, I've still got to get to know Pat Master, but they're letting us know that they've got some variety on the channel. I see lots of movies here in the shorts videos. Just the one video so far, a couple of live streams, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. What I'm going to do right now is take your live stream. I'm going to put that replay into my catch-up list. That'll give you a solid hour of watch time, and I'll just put it at the end of my list. Troy Sutton, good to see you here. Chocolate Drop is a longtime friend. Good to have you in the house. And yes, Mr. Customer Service, of course. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you again, Pat Master, for that super chat. Thank you, Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Orange Cone Vlog did the same thing, so we're going to look at their channel right now as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at Orange Cone Vlog, we see that they are approaching 400 subscribers. They're actually going to have it any moment now. We might even be able to get them there today. Now, Orange Cone Vlog says that they're here to focus on cruising. They'll give us a little bit more about what we can expect on their channel. But I have run into them over and over and over again out supporting other creators. So when I bounce in between premieres and live streams, I run into them usually with the travel and cruising community, but they could be found just about anywhere. Broken Hearts Ministry is Gail Southern Living. Hopefully I said hello earlier. I'm unsure. And then King Morgan, good to have you here as well. They're here with us frequently. And then Orange Cone Vlog is going to bring us some more travel, obviously. And when we look at their videos, we see that there's a lot of touristy destinations here. We'll have a look at the shorts and see what they're doing with these. These have gotten into 1,700 and 2,400 views and beyond right now, and then live streams on the channel as well. They got another one set up and ready to go. That's in about a week and a half, if I'm not mistaken, so that'll be interesting to see. And they do these occasionally, but they're found with other familiar faces in the cruising and travel communities, like I was saying. Sweet Acres Koi Farm, thank you so much for the membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, so I'm going to put your name on the wheel right now. We'll spin and we'll see who's coming up next. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I'm going to add a name to our wheel from our chat list in another moment here. We've still got 2 hours to go, so plenty of time, and we'll get to as many channels as we can between now and then. Next up, we're going to look at a silver member, Home Bartending with John. We see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. You'll see that in a moment, because we're going to go on a break for 3.5 minutes right now, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. In the meantime, Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts, Pat Master, as well as Orange Cone Vlog, thank you so much for those super chats. And then as well, our brand newest member just joined a moment ago. So Sweet Acres Koi Farm, thank you so much for that. And let's go so we can get right back. I was just about to put out a call for Ashley to see if they're still here, but I see that they're still in the chat. So I've added their name onto the wheel as promised. Usually about once an hour, I add a name onto the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. But we will get to as many channels as we can in the next about 2 hours or so. Really, really beautiful places. Good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. What we're looking at right now is one of our silver members, Home Bartending with John, and you likely saw his channel just a moment ago during that break. Our silver and gold members are always seen every single stream, whether they're here or not, but Home Bartending with John is here with us just about every single day, and then our gold members have their links dropped by Nightbot, as we have seen approximately every half hour or so. So, Home Bartending with John has a unique channel. He's actually got 2 unique channels. They're both one of a kind here in the Tuber Chat family. Home Bartending with John is where he's going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. We don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished, as well as the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails. And he takes requests on his channels. He's already done a couple for me, as a matter of fact, for which I was grateful. You'll find those on his channel. When we look at Home Bartending with John, we see a lot of product reviews as well. So he might do either typical product reviews or comparisons between liquors or liqueurs or even beers. And then this creator, when he does his recipes, will often give us variations, sometimes based on pop culture, sometimes based on geographics or regional differences. Sometimes some of us have different ideas about exactly how a drink should be made. And he's actually been able to introduce us to something that my Canadian bartender friends had not been making, which is called a trash can cocktail. We learned about that from a couple of YouTuber friends in Nashville, Tennessee. And Home Bartending with John did that as one of the requests I was talking about earlier. Now, he also does collections like low-calorie cocktails or non-alcoholic mocktails, which I know can be popular with a lot of people. And then shorts on this channel as well have done great, getting into 1,600, 2,400, even 8,200 views, which is fantastic. That one I think is still climbing. Live streams are an idea from the future, or from the past, as an experiment. We'll see if he's going to continue those. And I'm going to show you his second channel. This is really unique, the crafting or art style that he's got here. Now, we got to get the spelling for this proper, and I'm going to put the name of the channel in the chat just so that you can type that out or copy and paste it if you need to. But The Pipe Guy is where Home Bartending with John is going to show us how he makes industrial pipe lamps and industrial pipe art. You get an idea from a couple of the thumbnails here from his shorts on the kind of things he's making. These are really unique. I hadn't seen anything like that before. And then if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to like one of the videos here where he's got a Sith Lord that is made out of pipe art. So that's really cool. And The Pipe Guy is now almost halfway on the road to the first 100. We'd love to push him a little bit closer towards that milestone. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. John123 is here. Tigzy enjoys gardening and life. Good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that, but please correct me if I'm mistaken. I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. Hilda DC is coming up right now. I'm going to get Purple Tube back onto the wheel. I often take names off of the wheel after I haven't seen them in the chat for a while, but as long as you're still active, you'll always be added back on. And if you're wondering if you're still there, you can always give us a nudge and make sure that you haven't been taken off or missed for any reason. And then, thank you, John123. Wheat's Art is coming up as well. He's been with us every day lately also. And Hilda DC is one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. She's here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then, yes, thank you, PurpleTube. Yeah, so like I said, if I happen to take a name off the wheel, it's just because I haven't personally seen it for a few minutes, but I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, and then as long as you're active, I'll put it right back on there. So PurpleTube's on the wheel. Of course, all of our members are on there, and after a little while, I'll add another name onto our wheel from our chat list. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, and I have a robot in the background called Streamlabs that keeps track of all of that stuff. And then, yeah, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, it can be tough keeping up with the chat. That's what I mean. I miss a lot that goes on. So you have to kind of like really call out to me if you want me to see something. But the truth of the matter is, all we're doing here is connecting with each other. The magic of this channel really is what's happening in the chat. That's literally why I called it Tuber Chat. So as long as everybody's meeting each other here and having a good time connecting, that's really the point, and then I'm just here to fill time for 3 hours while everybody's doing that. So Hilda DC is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's working on 2,500 subscribers. She's another friend of 4 years, and like I said, one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, which is now 7 years. And the reason why I put so much focus on that is just so you can understand, Hilda DC not only is a dear friend, but an incredibly strong-willed creator. She absolutely stands beside and behind her audience and her family surrounding her channel. You will find that in the positive affirmations that come through this creator herself. Everywhere she goes, special effects on the screen. She even gets Nightbot on the case when you're in her chat. So hopefully you'll get to her channel so you can enjoy that. And what you're going to find over here are vlogs, challenges, mukbangs. She does a little bit of variety, as well as taste test type product reviews or comparisons, and a lot of cooking videos as well. So Hilda DC posts occasionally now, usually about once a month. She's got shorts on the channel. Some of these have done really well, 2,900, 6,100, one over 47,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are something she's done many times before, and she's been featured on literally tons, dozens, if not hundreds of other channels, and I've joined her many times both on her channel and others in StreamYard panels as well. So I hope everybody will connect to our dear friend Hilda DC, and like I said, she's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So I'll spin, we'll see who's coming up next. Hot Day Emeline's Crafting is in the house. And then Manny Uncanny, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Reed's Blissful Connections is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Reed's Blissful Connections is a professional educator and a homeschooling mom. And this channel has gone through a little bit of variety in changes to the content and things like that. And I'll describe what I mean. If you go back to the oldest content on the channel, you're going to find a lot of homeschooling, professional education videos, things like goal setting, organization, and things like that we'd expect. But over the Christmas season, they brought us a Vlogmas series that focused on self-care, which I thought was really, really cool and a great addition to the channel. And then now they've gotten back into book reviews and more professional education type videos. So I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. They put that up yesterday, and that's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Just got a fun name. Playlist can be a great tool for that. Reed's Blissful Connections is working on 1,500 subscribers now, and some of the shorts on this channel are pure variety. These have done well with views getting into 1100, 2600, 4900. So this is what a lot of creators are doing here in the Tuberchat channel. Regardless of category or niche for their content, they're bringing variety into the shorts videos on the channel. So, you know, we all have to make the right decision for our own channel, but a lot of creators have gained many subscribers from the shorts that they've posted. So Tiggsy enjoys gardening and life. So when we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, or for anybody that's wondering what on earth we're talking about, it's a simple arrangement where you're just agreeing to run a playlist of videos for another creator, and they're agreeing to run a playlist of videos for you as well. Now, the first benefit, of course, you can imagine by getting dozens or maybe even hundreds of different creators to run an entire playlist of your videos, you're going to find yourself having your watch hours really start to grow. But there's another couple of benefits. People are running every video from beginning to end. We can see the obvious benefit there. And then as well, when you trade favors with another creator, you have the opportunity to start a real friendship. Your friends, of course, are going to favor you, and then they'll be there for the bulk of what you're going to come out with in the future. So you can imagine the benefits there. I thought I connected to Ashley, so forgive me if I'm mistaken. I'm just going to refresh the page and make sure. Usually I don't subscribe while I'm live streaming here, but I will. I thought I'd already been through a couple videos on this channel, unless I'm mistaken already. But this creator is bringing us mostly shorts. They got a couple of really short videos here. I'm going to put one of these in my watch later list and one in my catch-up list as well. And that will just show YouTube I cared so much that I went back for seconds in content on this channel. And that should solidify our connection. But my recommendation for anybody, because the videos here are quite short, or official shorts, is to grab a few of those and let them run. 2 or 3 would be probably enough. So there's other benefit to playlists as well when we have them on our channels. And forgive me, I know I'm dancing back and forth between content and the idea behind playlists. When we talk about playlists on a channel and swapping them, like I said, it's just an obligation to run it. So you can do it when you work, when you sleep, when you eat, when you go out, on another window on a browser, or on another device if you have one. So it makes it really easy to do. And this is why we focus on it so much. I don't interfere. I don't get involved. Anybody can swap playlists with me if you'd like to. I'm always on Instagram. Otherwise, I don't even facilitate. Everybody's free to do that, just because we know how beneficial it is here. It's still beneficial to channels that are monetized, because again, you've got people running every video from beginning to end, and that can bump up the averages for retention on your entire channel. Average time viewed per video, or percentage viewed per video, if that makes sense. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Together We Travel, good to see you here. I'll talk about playlists in another second when I get to the next channel. So Ashley's going to give us some information on her About section. She's kind of splitting these or reposting these shorts onto TikTok as well, it seems. And she's been with us a couple of times now. So we're connected now, and I'll make sure I run those couple of videos just to make sure that stays solid. And Ashley's likely connected to us and likely got the notification bell on as well. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get to our next channel. I'll talk about playlists as soon as I see a couple here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So when we talk about the idea of shorts as well, and forgive me, Indiana Backyard Gardener, good to hear. Pardon me, good to see you here as well. When we talk about the idea of playlists, let's see what Sweet Melissa's done. So she's got a lot of playlists here. She's got product testing, product reviews. She's got unboxing giveaway wins, home tester club. So she's really mixed these up. This is great, and the reason why is because regardless of the watch hours that we're talking about, I'll get into that in a second, but when you make playlists on your channel of your videos, you're giving your viewers an opportunity to binge watch some of the content that they enjoy. Now, I believe 99% of channels or more can benefit from playlists, even if you're posting the same type of video every single week. Like Scratch and PPA has a bit of variety on his channel, but 99% of his videos are all of exactly the same type and format, whereas we've got a lot of creators that do videos that are very different. They can both benefit from playlists, because after you've made your first 5 or 10 videos, you're going to find similarities. And that is similar to what we think about when we watch like a Netflix TV show or something like that, where you might find something and watch episode after episode after episode, right? Somebody might like Sweet Melissa's videos, but specifically because she does a lot of product reviews and product testing, she might find this like home tester club, right? She's got 17 videos there. If somebody was looking for home tester club and found her videos, they might want to watch all 17 of those in a row. That's very possible. So that's a big benefit to playlists. And then we can dress up our front page. YouTube gives us a lot of opportunity for that. We can put playlists on the front page and present our channel with a little bit of customization. When we think about playlists for the Tuberchat family and what we're talking about, shorts will not count for watch hours, so we just don't bother recommending that, although you could make a shorts playlist. And there's a couple of reasons for doing that, but I'll leave it up to everybody to think about that and do that if you want to. Even I do it. So YouTube will give us shorts, but I just make a playlist called short videos and put them all in there. That way I can share it out on other social media networks or put it in community posts very easily. But again, to each his own, right? Or to each her own. When we look at the idea of playlists, the way we're describing them, a lot of creators, when they swap playlists with each other for the purpose of running them, will ask for a fair trade. And what they mean by that is that if you have 5 hours of video, somebody else might be willing to run 5 or 10 hours for you, but they may not want to run 3 days worth of videos. And when you hit like a gaming channel that does like 3, 4, 5 hour videos, they've been doing it for months, their playlists can literally go on for a long time. So you can actually name your playlists and time them out. If you do a Google search and just look for the term YouTube playlist length, YouTube will be, or Google will be able to present you with a few websites that will tell you exactly how long your playlists are, so that at least you have an idea. Some creators go as far as to make playlists that say 5-hour playlist, 10-hour playlist, 20-hour playlist, on top of chopping up their channel into different categories, if that makes sense. So this is just an idea, but we're really always talking about watch hours. Most creators will hit the 500 subscribers long before getting the 3,000 hours of watch time these days. Not always, but you know what I mean, I'm sure. So we just want to do all we can to push each other's watch hours, and playlists are the biggest way we can do that. So Sweet Melissa, like I said, does product reviews and product testing. She is a member of a lot of different product review and testing sites or programs. She brings the products for us in her YouTube videos, and there's literally everything here. There could be these, I don't know if that's jewelry there that she's got. There could be household products. There could be dog treats. There could be snacks. There could be just about anything you could imagine in her unboxing videos. And then she's got some shorts over here as well. These bring more variety, but they've already gotten into 2,000 views, one over 7,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are an experiment. She did one a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. I got notification bells on for every single channel. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go and see what they've got going on for playlists and videos and everything else. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So precious gems can be found literally with the handle that is exactly precious gems. There's quite a few channels with that name. It's a popular name, so you might struggle to find them in the search results, but if we look, we can get to them, or you can copy and paste that handle or type it out. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead and Design with Emma, I've got you both onto the wheel. I may not have said hello, forgive me for that, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. And then, pardon me, let me have a quick look here. Tigsy Enjoys Gardening and Life says, I see people running stills as lives. Confused by this. Do you need to post stills and toys and run them on a loop to get watch hours? So YouTube does not want us to flood the system with anything that's not truly content. And a lot of creators will do a lot of different things to try to push the watch hours, or dare I say cut corners and things like that. So I never want to recommend that kind of thing. You know, content is content. You'll have an easier time making true content, doing a live stream that's got some kind of activity in it that people will actually want to watch, let's just say, or hang out in, as opposed to just connecting with each other or just being there to, you know, run it in the background and things like that. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying this is the way I look at that kind of thing. YouTube makes very clearly that they want content, and they're really after a lot of channels lately for reused content. So you have to be careful of that, not doing the same stuff all the time, certainly not taking content that doesn't belong to you, let's just say. But when you do live streams, like, you know, some of the simplest examples are people would, you know, if you have a fish tank with a few fish in there, you put a camera on the fish tank. I don't recommend that unless you're going to do a fish tank channel, but you could. Right? Or a lot of people do live streams while they do their day-to-day activities, like even cooking is a really popular one. A lot of people will put the camera on and just let it roll while they cook for an hour. Or, you know, there's a lot of people who do drive streams. I've done many of those myself, for instance, right? Not saying these are great ideas. They can be. We have a lot of creators that do cooking live streams that are very compelling, that are truly content. When I do a drive stream, I don't expect replays on that or anything like that. But this is just ideas. And then we talk about all these ideas a little bit here and there in between putting channels on the screen during these live streams as well. Thank you, Consume the Goodness. That's Kendra. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead is gifting a membership as well. Actually, Kendra just picked that up. So if they end up coming back in, I'll put them back on. I'll put them onto the wheel right now. But our Georgia Suburban Homestead, we're going to look at next. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. If anybody wants me to elaborate on any of the ideas that I've talked about, then I certainly can. Just please let me know in the chat. I'll keep an eye out. Precious Gems right now is bringing us a lot of animation and music on their channel. They give us some information on their about page. I'm going to take the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. They've been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. They got some shorts that have done really well. 8,000, 10,000, 14,000. And Precious Gems is here with us frequently also. So again, you could just get to them. Their name simply is Precious Gems. You could take the space out. You'll probably have an easier time finding them because their handle matches. And let's think about going on a break for another 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we're going to play another clip from our video interview podcast series. The next episode is going to come out this Saturday as a premiere in lieu of a live stream. All of the creators that are featured in this interview video series are longtime friends of Superchat. They have all had conversations with me, as you'll see, that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. I'm just going to play you 3-minute clips. The next clip that I'm going to play for you is actually from this upcoming Saturday's episode. So you'll get an idea of what we're going to hear from Unstable TV from Ireland, who've now moved to Australia. And then we will, pardon me, I'll play you this clip for 3.5 minutes from this Saturday's episode. All of these creators have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. Thank you, Consume the Goodness. Thank you, Kendra. And then when we look at the idea of posting, like, let's say a still and letting it run as a live stream, there are a lot of ways to make those numbers look higher than they are in some cases. So, I'm always careful about the way that I say that. Not everybody, is doing the kind of things that pump their numbers up artificially, but it can be done. So what I often say is, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, we know what it is, right? And when you see videos that have hundreds of people watching, you can very easily tell whether there's actually hundreds of people watching. Sometimes there are. On my personal channel, because I was chasing some very specific content, I know what it's like to have hundreds of people watching, or even thousands of people watching for short periods of time and things like that. But it's not common, especially when we're just doing videos that don't have compelling content, let's just say. So a podcast is a different type of content typically, Little Lego. Thank you for asking. Basically, podcasts are usually known as audio. Something you could listen to, like a lot of people will do interviews or informative content on platforms like Spotify, or iTunes or other places. Podcasting's been around for 20 or 30 years. It's just really gotten popular after around the pandemic came around. I think that's because a lot of people were using fitness equipment like treadmills and things like that and needing something to listen to. But that's just an opinion. I'm not saying I'm right about that either. So YouTube has now kind of embraced podcasts also, and you can make just about any video series into a podcast if it's appropriate. I wouldn't bother doing it if it's not appropriate, but for an interview series it can be, because people might want to watch it, they might just want to listen to it. And these are just ideas. So I have labeled it as a podcast, but it's really just a video interview series. You've seen a lot of interviews in StreamYard panels, usually in live streams. We're just doing the same format as a video. That way, the guests that I had on the screen, as well as myself, don't have to worry about whether we say something that is not suitable for the video, or if we needed to take a break in our 2-hour conversation and things like that, that would be fine also. Then I could edit it so that you would have clear and concise information from these creators. So when we talk about the idea of these interviews, like I said, all of the creators are longtime friends of Superchat, and then part of me. So I believe that every video should have some kind of sound in it. As a matter of fact, the biggest YouTubers will say that audio is 50% of video. Some people will not watch a video at all if it doesn't have good sound, or especially any sound. So if possible, it depends on what you're posting. If it's not appropriate to have sound for whatever reason, then that is, something to decide on for your content. But in other cases, we always have sound, and actually it's recommended whenever we're running a playlist for another creator that we keep the sound on. Even if it's on basically the lowest setting, I usually keep it on number 2, not number 1, regardless of whatever device I'm watching on. But that's just because we want to make sure that the person we're running videos for is getting credit for all of that watch time. But we've been doing this for many years. So that's just an idea. The truth is, anybody that wants to get monetized truly does get monetized. Anybody that wants to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time eventually gets there. Some faster than others, but especially if you're posting quality content, you will absolutely get there. The things we're doing here in the Tuberchat live streams are just to speed everything up. And then yeah, I'm not sure what you mean exactly, Little Lego. Podcasts are typically long form content, usually anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer. But podcasting is a different thing. I would do a Google search and just have a look at what Google or Wikipedia has to say about what podcasts are, because they can give you a better description than I'm going to try to race through here right now. And then Herman the Great, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. So one more time, we're going to go on break for a few minutes. We're going to come back with our Georgia Suburban Homestead and Design with Emma, because they have both our Georgia Suburban Homestead gifted a membership. Design with Emma dropped a super chat. She's done that before. We always put those channels on the screen right away in order. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Right before we go on a break for 3.5 minutes, I'm going to play you this clip from this Saturday, coming up, another episode of our interview series. And again, all of these creators are longtime friends of Superchat, and they have all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form video, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help. Yeah. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main video that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
Alright, we're just about back and ready to look at our Georgia Suburban Homestead, who gifted a membership right before we went on break there. They've done that kind of thing countless times before, and I certainly do appreciate that extra generous support. So we always put Superchatters and membership gifters up onto the screen right away when that happens, and Design with Emma will be next because they dropped a super chat while we were on that break as well. So our Georgia Suburban Homestead is closing in on 1,300 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got quite a few videos here over the last few days. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead, of course, is bringing us homesteading type content, sometimes indoors more with a conversation, but outdoors as well, giving us a look around their garden and other homesteading types of activities. So when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they've gotten into 5,800, 10,000 views on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. There's Brampton Gardner in that thumbnail from a few weeks ago. Met up with her a couple months ago with a few creators in Toronto. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead will either have guests on panel or be giving us a chance to get to know them and catch up with what they've got going on. They want to inspire us to grow our own food, even if we're in a residential neighborhood. Which is a fantastic idea. And then yes, when we look at shorts, we've seen those live streams are frequent on the channel. And then they've got another channel as well called I Died NDE, which stands for Near Death Experiences. And when we look at that second channel, I'll put the handle in the chat. It's a little bit confusing here, but just in case you needed to find them. This is where they're sharing near-death experiences, but not just their own. They're looking for other people who have near-death experiences to share. So you'll get an idea on the channel of the content just from that description and what they're going to talk about in their About section here, if that makes sense. They've got videos on the channel, quite a few already. They've got shorts that have just started. Live streams are likely going to be a focus of this channel, and they're halfway on the road to the first 100. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. So again, that's our Georgia Suburban Homestead with a second channel, and thank you for that gifted membership again. I know Kendra from Consume the Goodness will be happy to have that. If she gets a chance to come back in, we'll put her on the wheel. Design with Emma also dropped a super chat, so we'll look at that channel next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So when we look at Design with Emma, we see a creator that wants to help us with interior design ideas, regardless of the different types of spaces we might be thinking about. So they go much farther than just showing us ideas for our interior designs. Pardon me, they actually take us shopping with them and give us ideas for how we can get budget-friendly items for our decor needs. I'm just going to take the latest video and rerun it in my catch-up list. I must have either switched accounts or gone back to comment or something like that. Whenever you see one of these red lines that's not all the way across, we just want to make sure we rerun it so that they get the full credit for their watch time there, even if it's only a few minutes. Every minute matters. Growing What I Eat is in the house, another homesteading type channel, and Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody coming in. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So Design with Emma as well, like I said, is going to give us different types of decoration ideas when we think about interior design, but take us shopping also, which is I think the most compelling part of the channel. Now they've got a lot of variety in their shorts on the channel as well, and a lot of creators are doing this regardless of category or niche, just bringing variety into the shorts videos and hoping for some subscriber growth there. But they've done well with 17,000, 22,000 and 33,000 views on these, and then live streams are fairly frequent, up to about a month ago, and it's been a long time. I hope I can catch you for one of these. I always have notification bells on for every single channel, and I always recommend, when possible, to post your live streams in advance if you can, if you know when they're going to be, so that everybody can catch you and set the notification for those individual live streams. Same thing goes for premieres, actually. Cruising Scene, good to see you here. And Growing What I Eat, thank you for the highlighted milestone message. I didn't realize Sweet Acres Koi Farm took over our stream boss position a while ago. They are our newest member as of today. So that's the video game life meter under my camera there. Every Super Chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss, and the last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while. So thank you again, Design with Emma, for another Super Chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that many times before. And then Marketplace Boutique is going to come up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at what Jody's doing on her channel, she's mixed up a little bit of variety now, a little bit of travel videos. Sometimes she takes us out for a walk and a story to be told. But 99% of the content here is to help us learn about e-commerce, which she's been doing since 1998. The idea of buying low, hopefully selling high, particularly on platforms like eBay. So she's working on 1,300 subscribers right now, and she's going to teach us not only the technical aspects of listing and shipping, but she's going to take us shopping to show us where she finds some of the things that she's able to buy and sell, and then especially collections of things that she can buy, split up and sell individually. And she's got pure variety in the shorts videos on the channel. We've talked about this many times, where creators, regardless of category or niche, will bring pure variety into the short section on the channel. But she's done really well at 12,000, 14,000, and 19,000 here. And then live streams are frequent on the channel. These usually include collaborations with either Backyard Trucker. She might be on her own. She might take us out for an adventure, or just be hanging around a campfire. But Marketplace Boutique is another incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and has been ever since finding the Tuber Chat family quite some time ago now. And she's getting close to being monetized, says Backyard Trucker. Growing What I Eat is just gifting a membership, and we're going to put their channel up next for that reason. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Marketplace Boutique has been known to collaborate with Backyard Trucker many times before, so I'm going to put their channel up together again. I don't do it every time, but most often lately I do that, put them up at the same time, so that we can see what these creators are doing. Now, Backyard Trucker lets us know they're just a simple guy putting anything and everything online for us to enjoy. And they literally do have a lot of variety here. Sometimes they're doing do-it-yourself type videos, and sometimes they're just giving us a story to be told, even in a quick format here with shorts, getting into 12,000 and 13,000 views. But they have done well with dash cam footage, actually. And then Backyard Trucker will do a lot of live streams. They've given us a lot of driving streams, and there was one thing that happened for them that was just fantastic, almost luck of the draw it seemed, but right place, right time. They did a live stream a couple weeks ago, and look at the views on this, 19,000 views. They had over 100 people watching at a time. I don't think I made it in there. I think Scratch and PPA caught that one. I might have been in the next day or the day after that, but it's great to see that after a while those vertical lives are still getting pushed here and there. But Backyard Trucker's incredibly active on the channel, and this has resulted in rapid growth now, over 700 subscribers. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with them. Backyard Trucker's got some shorts, like I said, that have done well, and that's likely contributed to some of the growth also. Six Bows is back. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another long-time friend. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. We're going to look at Growing What I Eat next. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then AceFlaw1 Andy, I'm not sure if I said hello. I know they've been here for a while. They're a friend of about 5 years now, actually. They've been with me since before Superchat was even a thought, and they continue to come back just about every day after 700 episodes, if you could believe that. It's long over 4 years now. Growing What I Eat is another longtime friend. They've been with us for at least a couple years, but I think it's getting on 3 years for them also. We had this homesteading community influx of channels come through the Superchat family starting about 3 years ago. Growing What I Eat has been a friend for as long as I can remember, and they are literally going to bring us outdoors for some gardening to show us how they're going to grow a lot of their own food. They're going to talk about prepping. They've got quite a bit of different stuff here, so you can see citrus trees, vegetables, berries, different types of plants, potatoes, all kinds of different types of things on their channel. They post frequently. I've taken their latest video, put it into my catch-up list, but you'll get an idea of the different types of things they're going to show us on their channel and the tips and tricks about gardening that are going to come along with that. And then shorts on the channel with 2400, 4200 and beyond. And then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a long time since I've caught you for one of these, but up until a month ago they were doing some more. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these live streams if you're going to do one again soon. And we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Now, Cruising Scene is coming up right now. They've got some travel on the channel in between the cruising content. Well over 1,000 subscribers now, which is great, and it looks like they might have it locked in, as well as is Sharon and Gary from Texas, but they're also very active in the cruising and travel community. I run into them constantly when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams. So they're bringing us quite a bit of cruising content here. And, I was lucky enough to have worked on a cruise ship for one summer 100 years ago. And while I was there, it was literally a life-changing experience. So I always recommend to people to try to get to a cruise if you can. But we were not able to see a lot of this content for a couple of years. And if you think about 2 or 3 years back, you'll know what I mean. There wasn't a lot of travel happening. But then we had this influx of travel and especially cruising channels come through. And now we get to see every aspect of what goes on a cruise, from the restaurants to the attractions to the shows to the room tours to the casinos and the excursions and ports and things like that. So Cruising Scene is going to bring us all of this. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These bring pure variety going along with their long-form content, of course, for the most part, getting into 7,000, 8,000 views and beyond. And then a live stream they did a couple of years ago. So that's more of a experiment than anything else, but we'll keep our notification bell on and hopefully catch them if they're going to bring us any more live streams as well. So let's spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. And then what we'll do right now is go on another break. We'll make this one fairly quick. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. When we get back, we're going to look at Purple Tube. All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at a friend of about 4 years now. Purple Tube is a long time friend. They bring us a lot of outdoor content, actually, looking around their property. I've caught them many times riding some ATVs out in the back. Now, this creator's got a couple of new videos I haven't seen from a month ago, 4 weeks ago. Now they're out in a paddle boat, which is really cool. I'm going to take one of these videos, put it into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit. Playlists can be a great tool for that type of thing. They give us an idea on their About section that they're really going to bring us pure variety on the channel. Lots of stories to be told, but they've been a loyal and dedicated supporter over all this time. Some of the shorts here, wow, I didn't realize this before. It's been a while since I've seen these. They got 5,700, 6,200 on a couple of these, but one at 34,000 and one at 322,000, which is great to see. And that's wonderful. Yeah, Snow, as a hint, one of our friends, there's a channel, not in the Tuber Chat family, but another Toronto vlogger. I happen to be from Toronto. But another Toronto vlogger, his name is Johnny Stride. So he's long past his 100,000 subscribers now. And he built his channel from nothing in about 3 years. Over the course of the pandemic, he started walking around just showing Toronto. Anyway, what he has mentioned between our friends and things like that is the idea that snow basically means like an audience, like if you can get out and film some snow, because not everybody in the world has it, right? Not everybody who can be online has ever experienced snow, so they're fascinated sometimes to see it. So that's a bit of a hint, but Purple Tube obviously did great with that shorts video, and then they've got live streams over here as well. I've caught them before. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one if you're going to do one anytime soon. It's been a little while, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel as well. Yarnworks and Crafts and More by Lydia. Good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Again, that's Purple Tube, working on 2,200 subscribers, so I'm hoping everybody will connect with them. And in another moment here, we're going to look at Fairbrick Studio. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So what we've got right now on the screen is Fairbrick Studio, and this creator is somebody who started with Lego stop motion videos. Lego is like obviously one of the most popular toys, if not the most popular of all time. It's one of my favorite things. Not even just growing up, some of my family has given me some Lego over the last little while to try doing some videos with. Maybe I'll do stop motions as well. Inspired, of course, by Fairbrick Studio. Now, they have really mixed up the content on the channel, so they bring us a lot of video games as well, typically on a tablet or a phone. They actually got me playing one of the games, which is a Lego-based tower game here. Some of you might have seen this. I've been playing that game for years, but they got me playing the Lego one. They do a lot of shout-out videos for other creators as well. And then they've been chasing some watch hours for a long time, so they got a lot of these relaxing music ASMR type videos. I'm going to rerun this one because I must have been in there as a premiere and not been able to stay the whole time or something like that. But I'll rerun that, and then I see that they've got a couple more that are ready to go in the next few days or the next week. So Fairbrick Studios got a bit of variety here, but it's interesting to see what they've got going on the Shorts tab, because some of these have done really well at 19,000, 21,000, 24,000 with some mobile gameplay there. And we'll keep an eye on the channel for live streams as well. But Fairbrick Studio also happens to be another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us frequently. And then I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So then, when we talk about Wheat's art, we see a creator that's with us frequently. So we know them as Wheat and Shaw, but they've actually got a second channel here where they feature a lot of different art. And when I get through the videos, you're going to see not only do they feature the art, but the tools they use to make that art as well. When I get into the shorts, you get a better idea of what they're bringing to us here, getting into 1,300 and 2,900 views. Now, they're here with us for every live stream, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be. I certainly do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. When I look at Wheat and Shaw as a channel, I see their original. Now, there's a lot of comedy over here, and this creator truly brings fun into everything that they do. They've got a, brand new video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them as well. And then you'll get an idea of a little bit of what they're going to bring to us on their About page, as well as shorts on the channel. These have started to move now into almost 4,000 views and one over 5,000. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they got one set up for today. They're going to be live. Am I mistaken that might have already passed? They were going to be live today, or if they got a different idea coming up for that. And they just did one an hour ago, so I wonder if that's what we're talking about. They live stream occasionally, but it's great that they put them in advance like that, and then we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on as well. We'd love to push Wheat and Shaw towards the 700 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And yes, Jevin Richardson, GTA is my game of choice. I don't make a lot of time to play games, unfortunately, lately, but when I do, that is Grand Theft Auto, always. I've given that company way too much money over the years. Yeah, it happens all the time, Wheat's art. Either we start a live stream, it doesn't start properly, or it doesn't connect, we have to reconnect, or we set one up and we set another one up, and things like that. I promise you, I've made a lot of mistakes when it comes to the idea of different live streams, but it's okay. You can get in there easily and delete it. If you have trouble, just let me know. You can reach out on Instagram. So, Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, we see a creator that's also here with us just about every day. They have been for a long time. They've been friends of ours for about 3 years. Pardon me. Rushing Wind Mountain is known as Ruby. Yes, thank you, Butler Family Farm. Ruby is somebody who also seems to be everywhere all the time. We run into them constantly bouncing in between premieres and live streams. They're running a premiere right now, so we know that there will be fresh content on the channel right after Superchat. We also know that Butler Family Farm, who we have yet to see today on the screen, is going to be going live in about 2 hours from now. Now, Rushing Wind Mountain is almost at 4,000 subscribers, which is great to see. This channel comes to us from the Pacific Northwest and brings us a lot of nature and wildlife videos. When you look through some of the content here, especially on the front page, you're going to find what we almost think of as ASMR type content, with a lot of it beautiful visuals and pleasing audio to accompany it. Once in a while you get some wildlife as well, but when we get over into the short area, you're going to find some humorous moments if you dig through some of these, and these have done well, getting into 11,000, 12,000, even 16,000 views and beyond. And then live streams are something they've been experimenting with. They did one yesterday, and a few days before that they're back and forth between horizontal and vertical lives, but we saw from Backyard Trucker earlier in the stream that some of the vertical lives can really have some success. They might have had a little bit of that going on as well in some of these vertical lives on Rushing Wind Mountain. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, push them towards that 4,000 subscribers we know they're thinking about. Like I said, they've been a long time friend, and they're here with us for just about every stream. Jared Nader, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm always good. Hopefully you are also. Nader is always out supporting. I think they got another channel too. I'm not sure if that's just for StreamYard panels. I got that idea when I was in Lee's from First Floor Audio the other day. Charinator's always over there. And then we're going to look at our brand new member today, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, and see what they've got going on their channel. When we look at brand new channels here on the screen, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. I'll take this 22-minute one and I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get one more channel ready to go. It's almost time for me to add another name to our wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So Yellow Shirt Dad is going to be added to the wheel right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then when we look at Butler Family Farm, we see 116 acres of farming and homesteading goodness. Jerry and Susan share the camera work on this channel, and they bring us both indoors and especially outdoors to give us a look at all that it takes to look after 116 acres of farmland. BDBGP, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Handicapped Traveler, I hope I said hi earlier. I've got you on the wheel. Now, I felt terrible because I specifically meant to be around on Saturday for most of the day, and I ended up doing a few errands of being out literally away from the computer a lot longer than I thought I might have been. So I missed quite a few different things. I know a few of our friends are streaming on Saturday. Butler Family Farm had a 40th wedding anniversary stream. And I missed that one, so forgive me for that. I'm going to put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to replay it. They must have done a ton of giveaways over there that went on for a couple of hours. They've got a live stream coming up tonight, and they do these every Monday at just about 7 p.m. Eastern. A little bit earlier than that, but we can set our notifications for those, and you can get your local time. On top of the fact, we always have our notification bell on for every single channel as well. Pardon me for 1 second while I just get P&J's Homestead Adventure and the Simple Alaskans onto the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Yellow Shirt Dad's been added. And then Butler Family Farm. Like I said, Jerry and Susan will share the camera work here. Mostly outdoor content, but they do bring us into their home as well. Jerry brings us into the shop. They've got quite a bit of livestock on the channel. They got bees for the 2nd year in a row. They got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, as well as cats and dogs. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 12,000 and even 25,000 views and beyond. And then live streams, like I said, happen every Monday as a minimum. Now, when you follow these creators, you're going to be introduced to a lot of other generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters, either in StreamYard panels or in real life meetups. They literally head hundreds of miles away to meet up with other creators frequently, and then they often live stream some of the biggest meetups so that we can meet up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters at a time. So hopefully everybody will connect to Butler Family Farm. They're everybody's BFF. 116 acres, like I said, of farmland here. They're live every Monday. They'll be live in a couple of hours, and hopefully everybody will get over there and support them. I expect to be there. I might be driving, but I'll get in there and be driving and listening at the same time. And then Hotaflex Living, good to see you here. The Simple Alaskans and P&J's Homestead Adventure have been added to the wheel. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's spin, we'll see who's coming up next. What we'll do right now is take another break. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We're going to look at Six Bows is back as soon as we come back from that break. Right before we go on the break for 3.5 minutes, I'm going to play for you another clip from our video series. These are interviews. I call it a podcast because it's in a similar format, but these conversations go on from anywhere to over an hour to up to 2 hours long. All of the creators who are featured in this video series are longtime friends of TuberChat, usually for 3 years or longer, and each one of them has long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that, and it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What did you put? You know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you, you have an interest in this particular topic.
Alright, we're just about back. We're looking at Six Bows is back. This is another creator who's been with us for just about 4 years. And she is climbing fast, and she is very consistent. This creator puts out tons of content. She's doing videos usually more than once a week, and then live streams are frequent on the channel. I've caught her countless times. So Six Bows is back, is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And we see she's got a couple of new videos from the last few days. So I'm going to take yesterday's video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to see another grocery haul here. She could be cooking. She could be hanging out, giving us stories to be told. I saw her get her refrigerator delivered once. She does just about anything on her channel at all. And any of the family members could be around. She's got 6 girls so far working on what might be number 7. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 39,000 views, 84,000 views, which is great to see. And you can tell this is a dynamic host here. She truly brings us into her life and gives us a chance to get to know her. So she's streaming frequently, like I said. I haven't caught her in a little while. I guess it's been a few weeks already, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one shortly. I've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. So hopefully everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And it's no surprise that she's working on 4,800 subscribers now. And then while we were on that break there, KNRP Kim Polton came in and dropped a super chat. So thank you for that extra generous support. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as that happens. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then when we look at KNRP Kim Polton, we see that this creator is usually on the crafting table, and they're bringing us all kinds of different creative ideas on their channel. Lots of different types of, I want to say materials. I want to use the word artifacts. These are not the right things, but a variety of different items that they use to create the different things that they make on their channel. KNRP Kim Polton, I've caught many times for live streams frequently, I believe, as well. We'll look in a second here. Some of the shorts have gotten into 400 views and beyond. Lots of beautiful outdoor footage there, it looks like. And then this is what I'm talking about. So I've caught them frequently. Over the last couple weeks, I've been able to catch them a few times. They got StreamYard panels over here as well. They're doing a few different types of things with other creators joining them, making some other crafts as well. And this reminds me of what I started to see with some channels that were bringing junk journals and things like that. Something similar to what we're seeing here. Yes, funky journal cards flipped through as an idea for a live stream. So hopefully everybody will connect with KNRP Kim Polton. Like I said, they're live frequently, but they also seem to be posting occasionally as well. Those shorts, I think, are fairly new, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully we can push them towards the 400 subscribers that they're thinking about as well. So thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that, KNRP Kim Polton. Hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I see Just Jason, Keto, and Morse coming in, so I'm going to put their channel on the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So P&J's Homestead Adventure is up on the screen now. They're here with us just about every day as well. They got 722 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 800 we know they're thinking about. I'm going to talk about their content in a second, including another video from a couple weeks ago there. Sweet Acres Koi Farm. Oh, so yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm just reading the question from Sweet Acres Koi Farm. So the truth of the matter is you've got to make the right decision for your own channel, but there's no wrong in pivoting. let's just say you might have an idea. This goes for everybody. You might have an idea for your channel, whether it's a niche or a category, or whether you're doing a bunch of variety that might lean towards a category or niche. And then you might find the audience giving you suggestions, and not every suggestion that you hear is going to be a bad one. So you might find yourself with some success in some of the things that people request from you. A lot of creators, even if their channel has nothing to do with their pets, or if you have what we might call livestock or anything like that, lots of people will say like, hey, I saw your dog walking around the backyard, or, background, can you make a video of the dog? So if it's appropriate, then absolutely. The other thing too, and I haven't mentioned this very much lately, you can always film a video and not use it. You can always upload a video and delete it after if you change your mind. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can. And I've done it many times before, right? So, especially filming and not using it, let's just say. So you can always change your mind. It's one of the great things about YouTube itself, or a lot of the online platforms. We can change our mind a million times. So you can make a video that's different than your regular content. It's really not going to damage the channel to do 1 or 2 or any small number, and then see how they perform. You might be able to incorporate that into what the channel was meant for, or you can try it as a shorts videos. Like I keep saying, lots of creators here in Superchat are bringing pure variety into their shorts, even if they have a niche or category for their channel. And somebody like myself, I have a couple of channels that are razor sharp focused. They do one thing only, but then my personal channel is variety. I do anything that comes up. I'm always behind, but you know what I mean. So these are just ideas. Forgive me for not having a straight answer. A lot of times here I don't, because a lot of what we talk about really depends on your channel, your instincts. But 1 or 2 videos of any type is likely never going to hurt anything. So it's worth experimenting if you think so. But shorts are always an option. Otherwise, you could put a video on another platform. Or if people are asking you for something that they think about or have seen that's not appropriate for your videos or streams or shorts, you could always just take a picture, put it on your community tab. Images on the community tab gets a lot of engagement. So that's another way to connect with your audience and give them a behind-the-scenes look as to what you do outside of your YouTube channel, if that makes any sense. These are just ideas. Follow the Bradley's Fun was live earlier today. I was lucky to catch them. They had an interview going on as well, which was interesting to see. And thank you for the plug, by the way, because they said some kind things about Tuber Chat while I was there. P&J's Homestead Adventure is up here right now, and they are working on 800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. This is Paula and Jason. They're in New York State, so they're going to give us all 4 seasons of content on their channel. And when we look at their latest video, this is a bit of a collaboration. Gale Southern Living is very well known for bringing collaborations together with up to almost 80 creators at a time. So the Garden Tour Club is something we've seen, and they've done a few videos here on their channel, P&J's Homestead Adventure. I'll be looking forward to the next one. I've put it in my catch-up list so I can keep caught up with the channel. They got some shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 2,200, 2,500 views and beyond. Now their homesteading channel is going to bring us a lot of outdoor content more than anything else, including a first live stream. They just experimented with this a couple of months ago. We've got the notification bell on, so if they do another one, we'll have a look at that as well. And then Sweet Acres Koi Farm. So that's interesting to see, but I would bet that the psychological reason why the dogs get more attention than the koi is because the name of the channel is koi. So often when people see something different, they'll follow. So I'll give you an example, and this doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. It's just the way I think about these things, because I'm always trying to think about the psychological human behavior that might go on behind people's actions, and then how we can use that knowledge to benefit our YouTube channels or platforms. So I used to be a DJ for like 25 years, right, on a lot of the major radio stations in Toronto and this and that. I've got, I don't know if it's 1,300 friends on Facebook or something, and another page with another 1,300 followers or something like that. All of those people know I'm a DJ. So if I post something that has anything to do with music, it gets no engagement of any kind. Same goes for Twitter, same goes for Instagram. Although I've never been monstrous on any of those platforms, I've always used them for promoting either in real life events or things that I'm expecting to do behind the scenes, let's just say, if that makes any sense at all. But the day I baked a lasagna or made some chili, of course, that's the biggest post, like let's say on my Instagram, because it's different, unexpected, and especially on a page, if I had something like DJ Kevin K, let's just say, and then I bake a lasagna, of course that's going to get attention. So it's interesting to look at, but then, dogs would be more popular, I would imagine. Not saying I'm right about that either. But somebody like myself, like, koi, I have to remind myself what that might be, and then I have to go and, like, watch a video to see what that is, or look it up on Google or something like that. I've never had fish, and certainly don't know anywhere near enough about them. Dogs, I grew up having dogs. I still don't know all the different names and types and things like that. But dogs and cats at least seem to me in North America to be the two most popular types of pets. I can't figure out whether dogs or cats are more popular. It seems to me cats, now that the internet's kind of made that apparent, but of course I could be mistaken. And then, but anything's possible. And you can allow the audience to influence you a little bit. You never want to let your channel or the business behind it become a democracy, because then you're not bringing enough value, right? When if we just ask everybody what they want and then put what we think that they want, because a lot of people might say like, oh yeah, I'd like to see this idea right now, but then they don't actually come back to watch the idea that you're talking about. People get busy. It's an emotional moment that doesn't continue very long and things like that. There's a lot behind this. Again, not saying I'm right. This is just in my experience. But the truth behind, like, the bottom of my heart is always in marketing and promotion. So I can talk, all the stories in the world, the different social networks and all that other stuff. But the truth is, it comes down to marketing, the psychological aspect behind human behavior, how we get people to watch our videos or join us on our live streams, or God forbid have an in real life event and make people show up on 7 p.m. on Saturday. You know what I mean? Or miss out, that kind of thing. So I appreciate the input from everybody in the chat as well. But I'm always just going to give opinion. I certainly never want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, even if it sounds like that, because I tend to speak fast, so that can be confusing as well. But when we talk about the idea of different ideas for our channel, like I said, you can always put an idea together, give it a try, and change your mind after. We can do that an unlimited number of times. And then Jevin Richardson, I happen to love lasagna. I don't know how many people in the chat like that. I'd have to say Italian food is probably my favorite. I've eaten more pizza than most people on the planet, I'm sure. Lasagna is what I thought was my favorite until I realized how I'd eaten so much more pizza than lasagna in my life. And then we'll get back to channels. If anybody needs me to clarify anything that I mentioned, just please let me know. So just Jason Keto and More's on the screen right now. There's another fellow Canadian. I mentioned a thumbnail that we saw the other day. I think it was on our Georgia Suburban Homestead with Brampton Gardner. Jason, myself, Scott from Rambling with the Brooms, and Brampton Gardner, along with one other person, went out for dinner a couple of months ago, and that was really, really cool. I've met up with just Jason Keto and More a couple of times. He's only a couple hours away from me, actually. And he is an interesting person because he wants to motivate people in their YouTube journey, as well as the idea of healthy eating and healthy living when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle, especially. And just Jason Keto and More. I was one of the last people in the world to start ordering anything online. Anybody would expect I would have been ordering on Amazon like 10 years ago, but I wasn't. That only started 3 or 4 years ago. And of course it's increased over time. But, you know, still, I make as many mistakes in life as anybody else, as well as here in Superchat. But the other day I went and I made my first order for Element. It's something you'll find on Just Jason Keto and More's channel. It's an electrolyte package that's all natural, I believe, and you put it into your water and it gives it a little bit of flavor. Because somebody like me, I just won't drink enough water. I just don't like it. It's got to have flavor. I drank too much pop my whole life. But this is a good alternative. It's got a little bit of salt in it. Just Jason Keto and More can explain this. But anyway, so I went and ordered it, and I already know it's expensive. Just Jason Keto and More gave you a few samples a while back, and we've talked about this and the fact that it's expensive. But boy, did I ever freak out at the sticker shock that I got when I realized I didn't consider the American exchange. I was like, oh wow. What I already thought was expensive is now about 25 to 30% more expensive. My goodness. But I'm looking forward to having them. So at least Just Jason Keto and More can know that he's inspiring me to hopefully change my ways, at least in a small amount. I'm trying to make better tiny decisions one at a time. So like going out like to eat once in a while, or like even meals at home, snacks, things like that. I'm trying to do a little bit better each time, and it seems to be okay that way. And then, so Sweet Acres Koi Farm, one more thing, by the way, when we think about the idea of a second channel, lots of creators have broken off into a second channel, and I imagine regretted it. I don't recommend it. As a matter of fact, I run other channels. I started on YouTube by running channels for other people, and then I ran my own channel afterwards, and I've let a lot of them go now. But I have one creator, and I run a few channels for them. In retrospect, when I look back, I wish we had left a lot of the content on one channel, because now it's too much to keep up with, and we never get videos out. One of the channels just sits there. Still grows with subscribers because the videos are okay, or what they should be, or good if you want to call it that, but it's not having the impact that it could have. And we probably would have built a channel to 100,000 subscribers already if we'd have put everything together. But that is, you know, hindsight is 2020. So I would, what I recommend most often here when I talk about the idea of breaking off into a second channel is I would run a series of 10 or 12 videos on your original channel, regardless of category or niche, to see if they fly. See if you enjoy doing it, see if you're going to keep up with it, and seeing if you're going to be able to handle it first. If you can get to 10 or 12 videos and you still enjoy it and are excited, then absolutely break off into a second channel if you think it's appropriate, or change direction or whatever. But I wouldn't do it before that, just because I can't tell you how many creators spend the time to make a second channel, put out a few videos, and then don't follow through, and it feels like all that time was wasted. It's not, because you're still learning as you go, but you know what I mean. So these are just ideas. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you so much for another super chat. He's done that countless times before. We're going to put his channel up next for that reason. And I've fallen way behind in the chat, so pardon me for that as well. And Sweet Acres Koi Farm, we never know the future. We just never know. And I can promise you this as well. On every channel that I've ever touched or run, what happens is we try to make videos that everybody's going to like, and that is all but impossible. What happens is we build a catalog of videos, and when you get to 20, 30, 50, or 100 videos, when it's your turn, YouTube will take a couple of your videos and make your channel fly. But we are always surprised by which videos are the ones that get the most views. And I promise you, on my personal channel, the best videos, or the best performing ones, are full of just as many mistakes and awful things as the rest of the video. So we really never know. It is almost impossible to gauge. Two Doves, Bees, and Gardens. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hope I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know I've fallen way behind today. Globees Travels. Good to see you here. Charinator. And then we're going to talk about Just Jason Keto and More's content in a second. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you here. Really beautiful places is in the house. The Stock Explorers here is a member and a moderator. I'm going to put them into the wheel now. We always put members and moderators onto the wheel right away. Cruz Bolero's a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel. I'm going to get back to going through channels. I'm going to try to speed it up now because I've gotten into my long-winded story time as I usually do. It's got to be fun listening to that. You can imagine Scratchin' PPA's here for like every live stream. He's literally been here just about 700 times. Not only has he heard me say the same things over and over and over again, but even while I'm telling a story, has to listen to me say the same thing 2 or 3 times. When my son was growing up, he would never do any wrong, but if he did, then I would say like, now you see what you've done? You're going to have to listen to me give you trouble for 2 hours over this. And it was more of a joke than anything else because I can't stop talking. And yeah, I think that helped. Anyway, Just Jason Keto and More up on the screen right now. So like I said, healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's actually doing a lot of creative things on the channel because he's working with some AI systems to do some of the banner and avatar graphics that we see. This channel features a lot of recipes, and what Jason is doing over here is making recipes that are easy to follow, simple to make, with only a few ingredients that you probably have in the house already. He's got hundreds of these now, which is great to see. He's become very known for these chaffles. That's why he's got the chaffle characters here. But there's a lot of other recipes as well. He also does product reviews on the channel and can give us some insight as to some of the ingredients that we're going to find in some of the products we find marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. I was saying the other day to Kristen, I'm going to have to go and find some keto-marketed chocolate and peanut butter cups because I can't seem to leave the things alone, unfortunately, and I keep eating the awful Reese stuff, and I'm not getting anywhere. Every time I think I lost 5 pounds, I get on another scale and find out I was wrong. And yeah, the doctors made it very clear I haven't lost any weight at all. But that's another idea. So Just Jason Keto and More can help us understand the ingredients of some of those things out there. He's got a lot of guests that come on the channel as well. We kept talking about Kendra earlier from Consume the Goodness. She recently joined him for a video. He's got other creators that join, or other influencers that join him both in videos and streams. They share their knowledge, their tips and tricks, their life experiences, so that they can motivate and inspire us for healthy eating and healthy living. When we get into Just Jason Keto and More shorts, we get into 5,000, 6,000, even 22,000 on one of these, which I've seen, by the way. And then live streams on his channel as well. So he's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. And if he skips a live stream, he drops a premiere in its place. But he started a new series, and these are occasional. But he'll do a cook-along, where he's got a multicam setup. He might even be cooking a couple of different things. So this is really cool. Now, Just Jason Keto and More also has a vibrant community of people who want to inspire and motivate as well. So they'll help us when we come into the chat with questions and comments. Just Jason Keto and More has got super chats and memberships to support them with because they're monetized on the channel. And then yeah, so the chocolate and peanut butter cups, I'm not sure if I can't remember for the life of me. I don't think that's what I watched, but I did watch Just Jason Keto and More. It's one of the first videos I saw from him where he had like a keto based product. I think it was just chocolate, but what he was doing was breaking it up, so melting it down and then putting it into another mold to make snacks out of something and get a little more value out of what was already there. You'd have to see it to see what I'm talking about, but hopefully you'll head to his channel and see what on earth I mean by that. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So yeah, I should look at Just Jason Keto and More's channel and see if he's got something for that. Maybe I could make something. I tend not to bake or cook very much at all, but I aspire to be better at that as well. And then, no, Sweet Acres Koi Farm, it's great when we talk about all this stuff because it doesn't come up every day. And all of the things we talk about can benefit everybody in the chat, unless they've heard me, talk about things 3 or 4 times before, or are not going to do that for themselves. But all of us are probably going to encounter other creators that are going to come into our channels. That goes for everybody, that are going to be looking for advice and inspiration later. And the same ideas keep coming up. What about having a channel with a niche? What if I want to do other content? Should I make another channel? Should I do shorts? Should I do this and that? But it's great when we can pass the knowledge along. But I appreciate when people bring questions, and especially comments here, because I want to learn from everybody as well. I've been corrected in Tuber Chat many times before, and I have my own channels and my own aspirations, and I do other work for other people where they know that they're paying me to do work, and I'm sharing that experience here for free, for argument's sake, because as we discuss things and I get better, their channels benefit from the improvements, if you want to put it that way. So there's another long speech, but you know what I mean. So I always appreciate all these subjects that come up. I just wish I didn't have to race through them all the time. One of these days, maybe I'll get a live stream on my personal channel, and then we could just sit there and talk YouTube and, whatever comes up. I've done lots of interviews, like the Stock Explorer. We talked YouTube for a couple of hours. That's when we really get to dig in to some ideas, and I don't have to race through them, let's say. Roadhog, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. So Just Chasing Keto and more, hope for everybody will connect with, obviously, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated fellow Canadian and supporter, and he's working on 2,900 subscribers now. It's no surprise he's growing rapidly because he's supporting other people. I run into him constantly supporting others as well. So Dark Swordsman Gaming dropped a super chat. We're going to look at their channel right this second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Dark Swordsman Gaming dropped a super chat. Like I said, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when that happens. They've done this countless times before. Now, absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course, but we're going to look at what they got going on. They bring a lot of different video gameplay. They really mix up the games on the channel. So this one I'm not sure if I've seen, Sea of Stars. I guess I ran that video the other day. I'm going to put this latest video into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel a little bit. But as you dig through the content, you're going to get an idea of the different titles that they've got here. There's some Tomb Raider there. I see what you're doing with the frames to separate out the games. And then Final Fantasy over here. Now this creator also brings us live streams. And when we look at these, we see other popular names. Elden Ring I haven't played. Uncharted I haven't played, but I've seen. I think they've got, yes, Kingdom Hearts I think is my son's favorite game ever. Final Fantasy again, and Stardew Valley is here. I'm not sure if I've seen Grand Theft Auto from Dark Swordsman Gaming, but I caught them the other day for a live stream as well. Just a few weeks ago, yeah. Hopefully I'll catch you again very soon. I've got notification bells on, of course, for every single channel. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming's working on 200 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And thank you one more time for that super chat. Again, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, and they've done that countless times before. There they go. Spirit of the North is one of their newest playlists on Dark Swordsman Gaming. They're saying Spirit of the North, here it is for PS4. So they got, yeah, I see what they're doing here. So this is a great idea. This is what I was talking about earlier with playlists and the idea of this is a gaming channel, 100% strictly gaming. But what Dark Swordsman Gaming does here is puts all of the videos into playlists based on the title of the game. So if somebody came to his channel and saw a Kingdom Hearts video, maybe they want to see more Kingdom Hearts, but they don't necessarily want to see the other videos, or at least not right away until they get to know the creator. Now they can watch 17 videos of Kingdom Hearts all at once, and that will do great for retention. YouTube loves it when you keep people watching, and you can do that on your channel. Playlists are a great way to get that done, one of the things I don't recommend enough, but I should, is the idea that when you're sharing a video on another social platform like Reddit, like Twitter, Instagram, let's say, but any ones that are easy to share a link on, Facebook and things like that, if you share a playlist link to that video, what happens is when somebody gets to the end of the video, if they get that far, YouTube will automatically spit them into the next video instead of just giving them a random video from any other creator. So that's just a hint there. Starika, good to see you in the house. I know you picked up a gifted membership today, but they've been a member many times before. Let's get them on the wheel right now, and I'll spin right away, but Charinator's coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So what we're looking at right now is Charinator, and this is another creator who's incredibly supportive. They also bring us a lot of video gameplay. So they've been playing this Euro Truck Simulator, if I'm right, that's the game here. They might be doing a few different ones. It looks like a different title here. When we look at videos on the channel, we see that these are occasional. Shorts over here have started to get into hundreds of views. They'll be approaching 1,000 soon, and then live streams. So they've been at this many times before. I've caught them, and Charinator's incredibly supportive to other channels as well. So I've seen them many times in First Floor Audio, but I've seen them in other premieres and live streams in chat. So I hope everybody will connect to this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. We'd love to push them towards the 200 subscribers that they're thinking about. Cruz Bolero is going to be the next channel that we're looking at. I'm going to get them ready to go. We're going to go for one more break for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come right back. Oh, I'm muted. Oh, goodness. What did I say earlier about making as many mistakes as anybody else? So thank you, everybody, yes, and thank you, Scratch and PPA. That's what I get for not looking at the chat while I'm talking. So we're back. We're looking at Cruz Bolero. I'll talk about the channel in a second here. What I had said is I'm really going to race through channels because we're almost at the 3-hour mark now. So Cruz Bolero's up on the screen. They're working on 100 subscribers. They're bringing us travel. I'm still getting to know the channel, but it looks like they've got some ports of call here or excursions in between some of the cruising content. So I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to watch another piece of content. And then they got some shorts over here that have gotten into hundreds of views as well. And Cruz Bolero, I'm looking forward to learning about the channel a little bit more by going through some more content. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels by putting them up on the screen, getting to learn about them, and then over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content. And then if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time. And yes, thank you everybody for your patience. I usually don't keep it muted that long either, but I really didn't notice. And subtitles, yes, imagine. And then the Handicapped Travelers up on the screen right now. So more travel videos here more than anything else. But they're bringing us travel videos along with some gardening, cooking, and a little bit of crafting and other variety from a certain perspective. So you can read the About page there. You'll get an idea. A lot of outdoor content here, as you'd imagine. Then sometimes they bring us indoors for a chance to get to know them. Shorts on the channel have now gotten into 1,400 and 2,500 views. They're bringing us all 4 seasons as well. And then they've got live streams. So these happen occasionally. Pardon me for missing the last one as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. They seem to bring these out every couple of months, so I'm really sorry I missed that. So Handicapped Travelers here with us frequently. They've actually been in for just about every stream lately as well, and they're working on 1,300 subscribers. We'd love to get them a little bit closer. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I got nervous for a second there. My page didn't want to flip, but where I am should have industrial grade internet, so we should be okay. So the Simple Alaskans are here. There's another channel I'm still getting to know. They've been working on 1,300 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They've got a bit of information on their About page. Daryl and Lynn. And then they tell us about the journey after 2017 until now. I'm going to grab their latest video. I know this one's quite short, but I've already got the notification on for their premiere coming up tonight as well. Now we know that Butler Family Farm's going live in about an hour, and right after they start, this premiere will drop. But there'll be fresh content on both channels. And then the Simple Alaskans as well have got shorts getting into already 8,000 and 12,000 views, which is great to see. Primarily outdoor content, all in line with what they're doing on the channel regularly. They've got a few live streams here. I haven't caught you for one yet, but hopefully I will. They seem to be bringing these out occasionally. I've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of catching each other as much as we possibly can, of course. And then Let's Spin the Wheel Storica is coming up. This is another channel that's been a member before, but they picked up a gifted membership today. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So Storica is going to talk to us about currency, particularly numismatic collectible coins, and then other types of precious metals or other fiat currency from around the world. And it's going to be interesting to see all the different types of collecting that they've got here, and then they might talk about the artists that make some of the different commemorative coins and things that they have on the channel. They've gotten into 2,500 and 8,200 views on a couple of these shorts, which is great to see, but I'm not surprised to see that some of these do really, really well because of there's a, you know, obviously a huge collecting and numismatic collectible community. I'm just curious, are you Canadian, Starika? If you happen to be here right this second, I'm just curious to know because I see a couple of Canadian, probably more than a couple Canadian things. So I want to show everybody something. You see this shorts video that's second from the left at the top here that says freeing a 2011 Canadian. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is an example of a toonie coin. So what Canada has is, instead of a single, like a dollar bill like our American friends have, we got rid of our $1 and we used to have $2 bills. We got rid of those a long, long time ago. And we have a $1 coin and a $2 coin. The dollar coin, typically, for the basic, like, in circulation, has a picture of a loon engraved into it. So it's called a loonie. And that's just a fun name for a $1 coin. But since the $2 coin came out, they just call that a toonie because it's $2. To rhyme with the loony, I guess. So anyway, it's cool that we have these to see here because I've described these many times, especially when I've done outdoor live streams myself on my own channel, but I never have any change on me. So I always empty my pockets every day. So even if I had some change, I would get rid of it. Like, you know, it wouldn't be on me while I'm walking around. But they got some interesting, especially Canadian coins here. I see a lot of American money as well, and some that I don't recognize. So I'll have to learn more about the channel to see what else they've got. But I was just curious more than anything else. They just have a lot of Canadian coins, but they're not actually Canadian. So that makes sense. But that was really cool to see. So thanks for sharing all that stuff. Silent Silver's in the house. They're going to help us with numismatics and collectibles as well. Black Guns and Gardens is here. They're going to help us with prepping. Trish the Natural's coming up. They're going to talk to us about beauty and natural hair care. And they're here with us frequently as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Trish the Natural's up on the screen right now, and this is a creator, like I said, who's going to bring us natural hair care, health, beauty, lifestyle videos, a little bit of variety. And when we look at the channel, we see that she's had a professional look to all of her videos ever since the very beginning. Every video gets its own thumbnail, but you see the professional looks to a lot of these, and then the bright, bold headshots, of course, make her recognizable. The most compelling thing here is the fact that when you roll over these, you get an exact idea from the thumbnail about what you're going to expect in the video, and I think that's going to really help with retention as well as recognizability of this creator. So the idea is, if somebody's searching for something regarding beauty, natural hair care, or something else that Trish the Natural talks about, and YouTube gives the search results, if the creator recognizes the bright, bold headshot in the thumbnail, they will be inclined to click on another video that they recognize before something new. And that's where retention really comes in, where you're getting people to watch more of your content as opposed to going to other channels. Now, Trish the Natural's got some shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 2,100, 2,200 views and beyond, and this creator collaborates with others frequently as well. She's been on with I Am Betty J Gathers many times. There they are, always laughing, having a good time. And Trish the Natural's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since finding the Superchat family. I'm getting the feeling she's been with us a couple years by now as well. It's got to be getting close, if not past that already. So next up is Yellow Shirt Dad, and this is a creator who brings fun into everything they do. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Yellow Shirt Dad, we see Gene here. If you dig through YouTube far enough, you will find Yellow Shirt Dad without a yellow shirt. But this creator brings us a unique aspect of the joke of the day. He tries to do this a couple of times a week. Once in a while, you're going to find him taking a bit of a walk and a story to be told, like this new garden tour video, which I'm going to be happy to see. I followed Gene on a few different videos, including a pond that he's got around his area. There was some backing up of some of the drainage there. He was keeping an eye on that. But Yellow Shirt Dad's very known as bringing these jokes of the day in between the stories that he tells. It's always fun on his channel, but this is a creator who came into the Tuber Chat family. I don't even remember how long ago. It's got to be a couple years now for him as well, and he right away started collaborating with others. I see him in other channels supporting others all the time, and on StreamYard panels as well, which is great because collaborating is one of the fastest and most solid ways to grow your audience. Whenever you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're almost guaranteed to get a handful of new subscribers. So Yellow Shirt Dad's working on 1,900 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into 5,300 and 8,500 views. Lots of variety here. And then live streams on the channel as well. He did a couple yesterday, actually. Sorry I missed those. And then hopefully I'll catch you for one of these again soon. He is always outdoors live streaming or on StreamYard panels on other channels. So that's Yellow Shirt Dad. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I'm sure you will, and especially getting the support back from Gene that we've seen for other channels. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. The next channel we're looking at right now is the Stock Explorer. This creator is Nora, and they're working now on 2,200 subscribers on this channel. Typically, they talk about the stock markets and a little bit of crypto here in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. Anything from beginner topics to advanced or beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading, NFTs, and we're talking about blockchains and crypto quite a bit between us now. I've built up quite a friendship with Nora, and this is somebody who cares very much about the YouTube journey, the family surrounding their own channel, those of us here in Tuber Chat. And the Stock Explorer is often known to have product in hand. I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream, which I think is really, really cool. When it comes to shorts on this channel, Nora brings pure variety, but some of these have really grown into 2,700, 3,900, and one over 10,000 views, which still gets views to this day. They're monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. On live streams, they've really expanded the content on the channel. Sometimes it's a friendly conversation in StreamYard. I've joined them on their channel once for a couple of hours. As well, they often will talk stocks and crypto, but they do a lot of lottery ticket scratching with other creators known as Scratch Battles now. I see I've got a couple of live streams I was in but may not have caught the end of, so I'm going to put those in my catch-up list as well, and I'll run them at the end of my catch-up list just for those watch minutes there. So lottery ticket battles are really, really cool because it's another way to collaborate, and lottery ticket scratching is a huge genre on YouTube as well. When we look at the Stock Explorer, we see that Nora's got a second channel called Tropical Buzz, and this is where she seeks to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida. They've got some shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 600, almost 700 views, and they're working on 300 subscribers over here. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer and their second channel, Tropical Buzz. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We always get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. We're going to be back possibly Wednesday, otherwise Thursday is the expectation. I have to work these around my outdoor work schedule, but we're expecting good weather in my area, which means it could be some long days. And then that will be one more live stream before the weekend. Saturday is the next episode in our interview series. We're going to talk to Unstable TV. They have broken off into their own shorts channel on top of the success they've already got on their original channel, around 20,000 subscribers. So hopefully everybody will look forward to that. We'll drop that as a premiere. I'll post it as quick as I can. It might still take a few more days, but it'll be Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern for sure. And hopefully we'll see everybody there as well. Thanks, Scratch and PPA, the Stock Explorer, Hilda DC, and our moderators. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll see everyone again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.